Renewed captivity. BD number 6317. July 21, 1955. What will happen to you humans if you don't change cannot be described to you pessimistically enough, for it will exceed your worst imagination. It is most dreadful for you, because you will have to give up your already attained degree of freedom, because you will be constrained and for infinitely long periods of time find yourselves in captivity again, until one day you will meet the same fate of living as a human being on earth once more. But irrespective of how shockingly your fate is described to you, you don't allow yourselves to be affected by it, and yet, you would still be able to avoid this fate if only you would take it to heart and change your ways. For I only require you to change your nature, I only require you humans to change your attitude towards each other, that you help rather than fight and antagonize each other, that one will make the other happy and offer kindness instead of being mutually nasty and intensify the hatred in yourselves. I only require every individual to make an effort in cultivating unselfish neighbourly love, then his whole nature will change, and then the person will make contact with me myself, and the danger of a new banishment after the end of this earth will no longer exist for him. And even if you don't want to believe what awaits you, you should nevertheless try to improve yourselves, for a life of love would still only have beneficial effects on earth, because then you will have the energy at your disposal which a heartlessly thinking and behaving person is lacking. The forthcoming fate can only ever be portrayed to you as a horrible experience to which you will fall prey yourselves. And you should only ever be encouraged into loving activity if you want to evade this dreadful outcome. If you find it difficult to believe, you can nevertheless still live a life of love, and you will soon know for certain what you don't want to believe, for then your spirit will become enlightened by love and you will clearly recognize the inevitable consequence of a violation against the law of order, because then you will be able to observe cause and effect in every event and experience. Yet anyone who remains indifferent to these admonitions and warnings will experience what he could have avoided, and he himself will be the victim of his life without love. For all his strength will be taken away from him and the utterly weak substance of his soul will harden again, the most solid matter will confine the being again, and the release from it will take infinitely long periods of time, in order to finally arrive at the same level you are at the moment. An infinite cycle, which will repeat itself until you exclude yourselves through conscious endeavor and a conscious connection to me. Only then will the process through matter be over and the path into the spiritual realm assured for you. You could already achieve this now if only you would put my will into practice, that you release yourselves from all restraints through loving activity, that you believe in me and seek contact with me, and that you establish this contact precisely through this loving activity. You are able to do this while you still live on earth and the energy of life is at your disposal, but you only have very little time left. Use it well, believe my words, believe that an appalling fate awaits you, and consciously avoid this fate by just striving to live correctly and honorably in practicing neighborly love. It is an urgent exhortation which I proclaim to you with a loving heart, change yourselves before it is too late. Remember me and remember your neighbor with kindness, so that you become free and don't have to fear what is approaching you. Amen.